Is the world sleepwalking into a conflict bigger than anything we've seen since the Cold War? The drums of war are beating louder, and at the heart of this escalating tension lies a dangerous dance between Russia and NATO, with Poland emerging as a surprisingly assertive and pivotal player. This isn't just about Ukraine anymore. It's about a fundamental clash of wills that could reshape the global order, and its ripples are felt even here, in our part of the world. Let's begin with the diplomatic tit-for-tat that signals a deeper malaise. Russia recently ordered the closure of the Polish consulate in Kaliningrad. This wasn't an isolated incident, but a direct response to Poland's earlier move to shut down Russia's consulate in Krakow, accusing Moscow of involvement in a devastating market fire. Such actions, seemingly minor, are like chess moves in a high-stakes game, each one pushing the players closer to the edge. But the real story, the one that should make us all sit up and take notice, is Poland's audacious military transformation. This isn't the Poland of old, a nation caught between giants. No, this is a Poland with a vision to build the strongest ground forces in NATO by the 2030s. They are rapidly expanding their armed forces, aiming for over 210,000 personnel, including robust territorial defense units. What's more, they're adopting a positive defense strategy. Think about that for a moment. Positive defense. It's a term that implies a willingness to strike first, to project power deep into what they consider enemy territory, armed with advanced American and South Korean weaponry. This isn't just about defending borders, it's about shaping the battlefield on their terms. The diplomatic expulsions are a clear sign of the intelligence war simmering beneath the surface. Poland expelled 3 Russian diplomats, alleging direct Russian intelligence involvement in a shopping center fire in Warsaw. This isn't just about arson. It's about destabilization, about testing vulnerabilities, about sending a message. And the response from Warsaw is equally firm, demonstrating a resolve that has surprised many. Then there's the unseen battle, the one happening beneath the waves. NATO, with Poland's proactive involvement, recently intervened when a Russian Shadow Fleet vessel was detected near an underwater power cable connecting Poland and Sweden. This Shadow Fleet, a clandestine armada allegedly transporting oil, weapons, and agricultural products to bypass sanctions, represents a new frontier in hybrid warfare. NATO has responded by significantly increasing surveillance in the Baltic Sea and tightening security for critical underwater infrastructure. This isn't just about trade, it's about control, about strategic choke points, about the silent war for global dominance. Now, let's turn our gaze to Ukraine, the crucible where much of this tension is forged. The video mentions that Ukrainian counteroffensives are reportedly faltering, Western weapons supplies are depleting, and there are even reports of North Korean troops directly involved in the conflict, leading to significant Ukrainian losses in areas like Kharkiv and Sumy. While some NATO countries like France and Germany are cautiously discussing peace and negotiations, Poland remains steadfast, unwavering in its hardline stance against Russia. This divergence in approaches within NATO itself is a critical dynamic. Adding another layer to this complex tapestry are reports of Polish private military contractors actively operating in Ukraine, particularly in the Sumy region. This blurs the lines between state actors and private entities, making accountability and de-escalation even more challenging. From Russia's perspective, Poland's actions are turning its territory into a NATO launchpad, a direct threat to its security interests. The closure of the Polish consulate in Kaliningrad for Moscow is not just a diplomatic spat, it's a final, unambiguous signal before potential further, more drastic actions. This is about red lines, about perceived encirclement, about a historical sense of vulnerability. Consider French President Macron's recent proposal, a coalition of 30 European nations to patrol Ukrainian airspace and waters after a ceasefire, with headquarters initially in Paris and then London. While presented as a peacekeeping initiative, Russia views this as nothing less than a disguised attempt to establish a new NATO-like structure right on its borders. It's a move that, for Moscow, confirms their long-held suspicions about Western intentions. Russian spokesperson Dmitry Peskov has repeatedly articulated Moscow's position. They will not accept foreign troops near their borders, and they see a distinct lack of goodwill for dialogue from European leaders. Russia believes the West has consistently ignored its legitimate security concerns, pushing an agenda that leaves no room for compromise. This perception, whether accurate or not, fuels their actions and hardens their resolve. This brings us to the most unsettling possibility: Kaliningrad. This Russian exclave, nestled between Poland and Lithuania, could become the ultimate flashpoint for a direct Russia-NATO conflict. The video suggests this could escalate to a scale not seen since the Cold War, especially if Poland, or any NATO member, crosses Russia's red lines. Russia's Iskander missiles, strategically positioned in Kaliningrad, stand as a stark reminder of the immediate and devastating response capability. Now for us, sitting here in Pakistan, why does this matter, Yar? These geopolitical tremors, thousands of miles away, have profound implications for our own stability and prosperity. When major powers clash, the global economy shudders. We've already seen the impact on oil prices, on global supply chains, on the cost of living. This isn't just a European problem, it's a global one. The information war, the narrative spun by both sides, also shape our understanding of the world. It's crucial to discern fact from propaganda, to understand the deeper currents at play. This isn't just about military might, it's about economic leverage, about technological superiority, about the battle for hearts and minds. The historical great game in Central Asia, a struggle for influence that shaped our region for centuries, finds new echoes in these modern conflicts. The proxy wars, the shifting alliances, the constant jockeying for position, these are familiar themes. And beneath all of the geopolitical maneuvering, there's the undeniable human cost, the displacement, the suffering, the long-term trauma of conflict. Pakistan, as a nation that has often advocated for peace and dialogue on the international stage, understands the imperative of de-escalation. Our own experiences teach us the devastating consequences of prolonged conflict. The underlying threat of nuclear escalation, while often unspoken, is the elephant in the room. When two nuclear-armed blocs face off, even a conventional conflict carries an existential risk. And beyond conventional warfare, we are witnessing the rise of cyber warfare and hybrid threats, attacks on critical infrastructure, disinformation campaigns, economic sabotage, all designed to weaken an adversary without firing a single shot. These are the silent battles shaping our future. So, as Poland stands firm, as Russia issues warnings, and as NATO grapples with its collective response, the world watches with bated breath. The question isn't if tensions will rise further, but how far they will go. What does this mean for us, for our region, for the fragile peace we all desire? Share your thoughts, Yar.